Beste Oog voor Afrika lezers. In dit interview vertelt Christo Brand hoe zijn relatie met Nelson Mandela van bewaker zich ontwikkelde tot vriend. Hij schreef dit op in zijn boek Mandela, My Prisoner, My Friend.
When prisoners came from other prisoners, after they've been sentenced, and now they must do their sentence on Robben Island, they brought him to this cell. In this cell they will have chains on, like the feet chains, and hand chains, they walk like that. Then they will be kept here. Maybe they arrived here in the morning, there's only a boat tonight, of tomorrow night back to the island. Then we kept them here, will be guards guarding this place. And then the next day we will load them first on the boat underneath, lock them underneath in the boat. Then we'll load the visitors to the prisoners, or then the visitors to the families of the warders and other people on the island. Then the boat will leave for the island. On the island, we'll take all the visitors, everybody off. After they're all away from the harbour, we bring the prisoners out. You know, and then the emotions were so high because a lot of these prisoners have never been on the boat, never seen a sea at all. They're coming from far from sea places. And then they will become seasick, they're vomiting under the boat, it always smells bad. You know, there's a very bad experience, especially in winter, when the sea is rough. And then it's bumpy seas and everything. And very bad experience for them to go to Robben Island. When they arrive there, we put them also in isolation for 30 days, one in single cells. Then they don't see his other comrades on the island. We call it C-section. Then single cells, we'll interview the prisoners. We will see what type of skills he has, and where he come from, and what he have done, and all that. And then from there we place him out to different sections. Maybe he have a skill of building, we'll put him in a section where people work for building skills. Or for working with food, we'll send him to a section where he can work maybe in a kitchen. But all prisoners, when they arrive in Robben Island, must do hard labor. So that is one of the reasons. And then that is for 1 month isolation. Then the psychologist will also talk to them, evaluate him, and then we will send him in prison.
And did you already then separate the blacks from the colours?
No, they was all mixed.
It was all mixed.
On Robben Island was only, if I put it, black prisoners. There's coloured Indians, Africans. There was no white prisoners on Robben Island. No. White political prisoners were sent to Pretoria Central Prison. All female political prisoners were sent to Kroonstad Prison. They were never being kept in Robben Island. Only males.
Only the colours and the black people.
Because of the way they handle it, because when they arrive with chocolates or things, and when they keep the prisoners be confiscated and all that type of things. It was aggressive to them because of the party.
I mean, when you started to get know more of the ideas of Mr. Mandela, did it actually change your way of looking at apartheid as well? Yeah?
And also where I grew up. You know, you look here, you write in Hollands, and it's very close to Afrikaans. But in prison, I didn't read my book. I helped Mandela learn Afrikaans and write his exams Afrikaans and help him, let him write essays. But then he smuggled a letter out of prison to my wife in Afrikaans. A small letter in Afrikaans where he put his last complaint to her and said she must help me, assist me, that I must present to me that I must also study further. Yes.
And what was the thing that struck you most about him? When did you realize that he actually had the opportunity or maybe the chance or the outlook to be a world leader?
You know, when I worked on Robben Island, they said that leaders must be kept in a separate section. I didn't know these leaders at all. I don't know Mandela, I don't know Musa Sulu, I don't know Atima Yatoiwa from Namibia, I don't know these guys. So when I later observed how bad he was being treated, and Mandela was 60 years old, I was 18. And I feel sorry for them. My father said, respect elderly people. And here, we must treat these elderly people bad. It was not in my way to treat people as a Christian. And then I see Mandela always give advice to his colleagues and comrades around him. And then I see, but he's standing out, but everybody wants to look for advice, they go to Mandela. And when I was in a motorcycle accident, I started knowing Mandela better. And I learned as a lawyer, and he was studying law, I helped him with his studies, and then I could have seen his leader for the country. But there was one occasion he was interviewed by our officials from Pretoria, and they asked my friend, he was called in first, what do you think of Mandela, Sisulu, Nangeni, and him? He said, they think they're the leaders for the black people. They were so upset, they chased him out of the office and said, he must not come close to them again, because he's under wrong impression. When they called me, that time me and Mandela were already good friends. They called me, I think I must must tell him what you want to hear. When he asked me what I think of Mandela, I said, I think we wasted our time with him. They should have hanged him that year. We should have not looked after him today. And then he was very happy, congratulations, carry on with your good work. But in the meantime, when I tell Mandela that, he was laughing about it. You know? Because I tell them what they want to hear.
Yeah. Did you also, I mean, people that met him always said he had like this aura of friendliness and humor that really, when he entered the room, everything started to lighten up.
It was more like that when he was released. In prison, he was just a normal prisoner. People just see him passing by, not even notice him or whatever. People on the prison borders on Robben Island was more looking up to Walter Sisulu.
Is it?
Walter Sisulu. And Mandela was also, I was thinking Sisulu was a bigger leader than Nelson Mandela. Because Mandela done nothing without discussing it with Sisulu.
Is it?
You know, you will not take any action on before you not mention of discussion with Sisulu. Sisulu will say, Matiba, I was assisting. I back it up to go ahead. And also on one occasion, Mandela was mixing soil there for his garden. And with a joke, Mandela standing on his spike and said, Mr. Brand, you see that opening? They showed to Sisulu. He said, was it not for you, I should never be in this prison. And then they both laughed. I said, why? He said, he introduced me to my first wife in the Evelyn. Then, when I moved to Johannesburg, I seen this lady, I just mentioned Walter Sisulu, I see this lovely lady there in the township. He come to introduce her to me, and we get married, we winning. And now, on my 80th birthday, in later years, on his 80th birthday, he made another joke. He said to me, Walter Sisulu said to me last week, that I must get married, because I am the president of this country, and not the example for the youth. So he get married on his 80th birthday. You know, that type of humor you've got. But if you ask him something, he will first wait and then respond. Very slowly, as he will think it over what to respond. He was very clever in responding. But I personally think he was a person who can see forward in life. You can see things going to happen in the future. And the belief he put out to his young comrades, always said, study hard. One day we will take over this country. I may be dead, died in prison, but one day we take over this country. Then we must have education. We must sit with no education. And education was a very big problem for Africans in South Africa. They didn't have opportunities. And the few which have opportunities don't have money. They struggle. So what happened in Robben Island, when they were in prison, there was no money for them. People are poor, so they can't send money for a prisoner or their family member. Mandela said to his comrades, you can belong to the Muslims, you can belong to Anglican, you belong to that. Zuma should have done better when they first started with this corruption of the Inkatla. He should have immediately resigned. And then things was clearer than they see. Things should have been better. And the world will be relieved in South Africa, and our rand will be stronger. But because Zuma is still holding on, and he put an empire around him to protect him, that's causing a problem.
It is a worldwide.
Yes. But it's good for like the youth organization Malema has come up, put some new energy into parliament, try to fight the corruption in all corners with the other political parties. It may be good. Mandela said politics is healthy when there is that type of life. Not politics when people just agree everyone and everything. That's not good politics. But I think the politics is healthy now because that.
Do you still feel emotions when you walk in? I mean, you have given many lectures already over the
when I visit Robben Island, I've got different emotions. I've got emotion to see how the prisoners were struggling, how the hardship they were down. That does come up. They inhale it, they get it in their eyes and in their ears. I was just getting it in my eyes on top. I could have later not seen the prisoners there. It was blurry.
Is it?
That was bad. And my eyes were also swollen up. And in the evening I get, for the first few days, I asked the person for hygiene, the medical officer. I asked permission, can I use sunglasses, because I can't see the prisoners, I can't concentrate to do my job, to guard the prisoners. They said, you're not allowed to have sunglasses, you must just look, that is not part of your uniform. And at the same time, when it's not part of my uniform, prisoners not allowed to have glasses too.
You became a guard and a warninger, and in the end you worked with one of the most famous men in the world.
Yes,
so how did that? And you wrote a book, and
they helped me even with a book.
And how when you look back on your life and what actually happened to you, is it like?
I still can't believe it. To put it that way, I still can't believe it. It's something, I was maybe just at the right time, at the right place. Not that I want to be there on Robben Island at that stage because of the oppression, but just to get away from the military, the army, and land up on Robben Island. Then there was also, I meet these good people, understandable, trustable people, honest people. People treat me with respect, even they was prisoners, they was older than me. I was only a youngster of 18, they treat me with that respect. And then, how can I hate them? They haven't killed my personal people, family.
About his last meeting with Nelson Mandela before he passed away.
Then I left, and that's the last time I see him, but I didn't recognize the face of Mandela because it was swollen up, his color had changed of all other bodies. He was not looked that good for me, but he was recognized. That's the last time I see him. When I was informed Mandela had passed, that was not a shock for me because I knew for all that time I kept him hospital. There is something going on, he is already passed. Because some people said he was already brain dead and everything's just breathing. But it was also not, was for me a sad moment, but also a happy moment. It's better letting go now than he suffered too much. At least Mandela is fighting for 27 years for freedom. I was happy when he was released to be free. When he became the president, I said to him, Mandela, you know, you are the president now, but you're more a prisoner. He asked me why. I said, you're always guarded by security. You can't walk as a free man on the between people. Is Mr. Brand, you're correct.
Also for the people that, the inmates that are still doing the tours now, eh?
Yes.
I mean, people find it impressive, but I can also imagine that at one stage you, for them,
it was
it is
emotional,
too much.
feelings. You know, let me tell you, for a lot of them when they come back to Robben Island, they didn't want to come back. The reunion was perfect to meet all of them on Robben Island. Reunion, then they leave the hardship behind. But then, a lot who could not find a job. Few political prisoners on Robben Island jump and get all the positions. They don't look after their comrades. There was this guys who just look after their positions. They forget about their comrades which was with them in the struggle. You will see there's a tour guide, his best comrade is a minister. He not even look after him. You know that type of thing. People forget about what he was suffering for. A lot of them forget. Now there's few guys which we invited back, and I was also brought back. I'm the only prison warden left on Robben Island. Brought back, and then when they started tours, it was emotional for them because it's a place where they have hardship, where they miss their families, where they were suffering, where they work. Now they come back and must tell a story. But at the same time, like a psychologist told, in one of the guys is a psychologist now, he said it was also a process of healing. Through that, coming back, telling the pains was a healing process for themselves. And today they feel a better person than before. Then the others which was just left island, forget the island behind. They feel a better person, they can understand if people are suffering. How people must feel, we must help them, assist them. And they must make it a job because they need money, they must have a family to look after.
And how was it when you took Mandela to town, into town?
You know, that day, I didn't know what to expect. The man is old, I didn't even think he will escape. Why must he escape? He was not handcuffed. You put him in a private suit, I was in private clothes. I just walked next to him, put my hand in the back of his belt, look my finger, they said I must hold him, put him in the finger to steer him. Then we walk and later I take my finger out and went out. But there was a lot of guards, security, which I don't know. Security branch people out on the streets, what's the situation? When I walk with Mandela up, then I look up and I see there's a guy with his head down, and it looks familiar. I just push Mandela into clicks. I said, Mandela, just look into the shop, how the prices of it. And then when I see him on the parade, I was watching from home and I could have seen him. And that next morning he phoned me. He phoned me, I don't know where he get my telephone number from. He phoned me just to thank me for what I've done for him during the time in prison. He'll never forget about us. That boat will be still staying, we will still be friends, and he will come to visit me one day. And then it don't take even a month, then he visit Cape Town, then he visit me in Portsmouth.